While I sit and wait for my lunch to warm up on a little break here, I wanted to cover something. Neve Campbell will return for Scream 7 despite prior salary dispute. It's apparently history. You know, as producers continued planning with the next Scream installment, I was really curious how they were going to do that. And apparently I'm holding my phone like I'm in an earthquake here. I apologize. You know, Scream as a franchise has always relied pretty heavily on continuing a story like the originals with Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott. And people thought they couldn't get past it with the last one, but they built Melissa Barrera's character, Sam, and her sister, Tara, I believe, so much that they actually started carrying the franchise and were able to do incredibly well, even without Neve Campbell. But when I found out that Melissa Barrera would not return for political and philosophical issues with Spyglass Media, then you find out that current Hollywood girl Jenna Ortega is not going to return either. I was lost for words to see where they would go from here. And honestly, Neve Campbell coming back is probably the only way to go. Because to completely start from scratch, you'd have to scrap everything, I think, at this point. Because the other characters in the so-called Core 4, for those of you who follow the series, you know, they're good, but I don't know if they were built up to the point emotionally to hook the audience like the Carpenter sisters. And what's the other option? Completely start over and reboot, like Halloween's doing with their TV series right now? Although a bunch of hipster SoundCloud rapping ghost face killers wouldn't be bad. Might be worth some kind of weird entertainment value. And I have a kind of a wild what if for the franchise going forward, which I'll try to talk about on the YouTube channel at some point, although I just spent a considerable amount of time editing a Halloween video based on the new news just mentioned a few minutes ago, the new series. So who knows when I'll get to it. Maybe I'll just do a podcast again. And if you want to check that out, bshowbrian.com takes you right to the YouTube channel. So thank you. You know, I'm not the biggest Scream fan in the world. I like a lot of franchise horror, but Scream isn't one of my favorites. I've enjoyed the last couple of movies somewhat, even Ghostface Takes Vancouver. But I'm actually interested to see how Scream fans are going to respond to this. But the franchise seemed to move on pretty easily past Sidney, with the Carpenter sisters coming into play and being the focus. So it'll be interesting to see if fans really react well to this or if there's a drop-off. But I don't know. Scream fans, what do you guys think?